It can't even see my microphone, can it? Can you guys hear me? I don't think it's on the mic. It's lost my mic. Windows decided it was going to refresh overnight, so we might have a bad mic today, folks. Sorry about that. All right. Sounds weird. Hang on, let me have a little look. See if we can sort this out quickly. What a day to do it, honestly. How's your luck? Can it see it? No good. Oh, you gotta love Windows. What an absolute POS. There we go. Now it's seeing it. Is that better? Hopefully that's better. Hopefully that's better. Okay. Let's get through the charts because we're going to run out of time otherwise. All right, we are in weekly range, rejecting. All right, those who've done the course, you know what you're looking at. Weekly model playing out very, very well right now. Question is, are we going for a reclaim today, or are we going to stay heavy and retest this low? That's literally the only question you should be asking. 5 days starting to point downwards. Mean reversion is down here. SPY, all right, has already completed its mean reversion to the 20-day. It's already done it. The relative weakness in the spiders has already done it, all right? Right here, you can see, completed its mean reversion already. Okay, so you need to be aware of what some of the other charts are doing. Will NQ complete the mean reversion? I don't know. I have no idea. It's the options chain. I was watching the options yesterday. If you want to see those reactions off the low, those V-shaped recoveries, that was all options, all right? That was literally all options. So the hedgies are probably trying to trim some profits as this looks a bit frothy up here, and they're hedging against down here. Maybe they're buying calls down here while they're selling. I don't know. But it was all options led. So really, I'm watching this same level, 7.5 to 800, somewhere in there. Do we reject it or do we reclaim it for the squeeze? That's literally what we're watching. What I don't want to do is trade in this garbage yesterday, and I'm going to show you why. If you were here or traded yesterday afternoon, you should be able to see why, all right? Nice follow through to the downside yesterday into high time frame demand. Bid back up into this level we just talked about, this 700 all the way up to here, 700. Let's just call it 100-point range, 700 to 800. All right. Bid back up into there, failed, came back down. Did we sweep the lows? No. This was an options level. Boom, V-shaped recovery. You can see it on this time frame above. Twice off this options level, V-shape, V-shape. There's no like push, pull back to get long. It's literally straight up. Where do I want to trade today? I do not want to trade in this range. It is as simple as that. I have zero interest in having a Friday trading between a previous day value area high and an overnight session low when we have shown from 10 o'clock yesterday, we're going to chop till 1 o'clock. From 2 o'clock yesterday, we're going to chop all the way until the 8:30 print. All right, this is your danger zone. This is, I'm going to take all your money and ruin your weak zone. All right. If you want to trade that, by all means go ahead. But I'm telling you right now, I'm not interested. The only way I'll be interested is if there is some clear shift and big volume starts to come in down here and we slap it. All right. And I can think, okay, we're going to fade and we're going to fade. And then maybe we're probably going to have to cover because we know there's all these calls down here who keep bidding us back up. Otherwise, it would be really nice. All right. I've already traded this long today. All right. I was long from the reclaim of POC and added into here and sold into previous week. All right. It'd be really nice. The easiest structure would just be if it would hold that and squeeze back up. But at the moment, it's starting to look a bit like a gap fill scenario. And what is, move this over here somewhere so I can see you guys. ES is kind of holding. So maybe we get lucky. So the options really at the moment are build liquidity above here for a retest of this supply. Above here, if we hold this, we can keep squeezing. If we do a fail break and come back down, we come and retest value. If we get stuck under value, we're going to retest point of control. If we fail that, probably going to retest value area low from yesterday. And we know these areas are big demand zones. If we fade under that, we have got unfinished business. All right, if we fade under those, we definitely have unfinished business all the way back to 245s. All right, so under these, it would get a bit easier. Very aware of those right now. You can see we built lots and lots of liquidity out yesterday, so you need to be careful. And zoom in here, you can see it more. All right. Building this sort of uptrend, do I fully trust it? No. But I need to see us hold this for rotation back into here and through this. Then we can start squeezing and taking out some of these levels at the highs. All right. If we cannot get through that or we failed break up here, then I expect to retest a value area high. If we fail value area high, we're probably going to go gap fill 630s. If we fail gap fill, then Globex. If we fail Globex, then previous day value. If we fail that, then maybe we retest some of these. This was gross yesterday. The fact that we left that yesterday was really gross. We did have divergence down there. All right, ES absolutely slammed through that before recovering. Very different charts. Let's have a quick look at the VIX and everything else. So you can see ES. Oh my God, divergence at play. All right, so ES yesterday took this low. You can see right here. NQ finished about here. We reclaimed overnight, sideways overnight. We've squeezed out through this level, which we haven't done on NQ, and it looks like it might want to take out some of this. We can move this higher. Do you know what? Let me clean this up first, and then move this up to here. All right, so if ES can find a bid in around 72, it can re-squeeze. If we fail here, fail the liquidity, we probably come back down and clean these areas up. 650s. That's what I'll be looking at ES. The VIX, awful. Just an awful chart right now. All right. These moves here are not fun to trade. You might think, oh, volatility is good. Volatility is good when it's sustained. This to this to this to this, that's not fun. You want this or this. You don't want this. All right. This is 0 DTE, making it impossible to trade. So just be careful with that on the VIX. I'd say all the time it can hold bids 16s to 1670s. Rotation back towards this level is possible. Get stuck under here, rotation down, market might find a bid. Let's have a look at the mag. Right, Apple relative strength yesterday looks really good for an all-time high breakout. All right, it's still holding really well. I expect Apple, whether it does it today or not, but it's looking for that break of 657. I think all-time highs are 657. 257 all-time highs are 260s, so I'm expecting a break of 260s coming at some point. Amazon, like we said, I started in small yesterday. Those in the room, I've been talking about this as a potential swing. It's had relative weakness. It's possible it might want to come and clean up, but when we think about what we're doing in Amazon, it's a big trend up. We're building sideways. If we start drifting under here, I'm going to start scooping more, looking for that all-time high break. That's long term. We're looking at like multiple years here. Goog remains very, very strong. All right, just building out at the highs right now. Where's that level? Yeah, so a reclaim. So Goog has effectively filled this big imbalance here, finding a bid on the old resistance. So RBS, and if it reclaims this range, it can have a slingshot. That's what Goog's trying to do. On the day, we are gapping up slightly on Goog. So let's just go back. Amazon's gapping up. Apple's gapping down. Goog's gapping up. Meta, how are we doing for time? 4 minutes. Sideways inside of yesterday's range. Kind of gross. Not ideal. And TradingView struggling to catch up. Meta, very slight gap up, but looks kind of uninteresting. Microsoft, that looks better. That's a good gap up. Nice recovery from Microsoft. And that's probably going to be similar to some of the others. Yeah, building out a range at the highs, but gapping up off this low on Microsoft. That low swept. So if we can reclaim 510s on Microsoft, it's got to push back up towards those highs. And the funny one, NVIDIA. This thing does not know what it wants to do right now. It looks absolutely terrible. All right, it's had no follow through even with the positive news. So we had that failed breakdown, reclaimed, pulled inside, should have gone back to all-time highs, got close and failed back inside the range. So maybe it has one more go today, but like you would have seen yesterday, it squeezed up, took out previous day high, helped NQ move higher, and then just gave it all back end of day. I just feel like the options market is controlling everything right now because these are unusual moves. And if anyone's been watching the dark pools and the prints at the end of day, they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. At the all-time high, it was the biggest dark print we've ever had on QQQ and RTY. Ever. Mental. But that's where it is. Tesla also looks like a slight gap up here. So a fade pre-market and finding a bid. All to play for here on a Friday. Unfortunately, I've become less interested in this market as we've started talking. Why? Because we've just done everything I didn't want to see. We've gone back into previous day value. Back into previous day value. That's not what you want to see in the market. So no acceptance above previous day value area high. So I'd be watching VWAPs and PDC to see if they find bid. PDC right here. This is way off all of a sudden. What is going on? There we go. So I'll be watching to see if we close this gap, which it looks like we're going to. And if we close the gap, see if they find a bid. But right now, we're just back into no man's land, which is awful. All right, let's see who's in here. Morning, everyone. Morning, Muhan, Ken, Jesse, Clint, NRS, Silem, Toby, Noah, Nihao, Peter, Miguel, InfoRisk, Market Eyes, Mike, Massive, Harish, Dawson, Coop, Teresa, Brandon, Sergio, Jack, Richard, Owen J, Firewater, Thumper, Christy, Dojon, Dean, Winchester, Jazu, Troy, Bart, Mike, Massive, Noah, Lee Kim, Willa Williams. Got lots of you in here this morning. Todd, Eva, GG, John Dennis, InfoRisk, Nihao, FC Mike, Jean Khan, Oleg, Jacob, Gatney, and PD. Morning, everyone. Right, so unfortunately, so far we're not seeing acceptance over previous day value, which would have given us the easiest move. All right, so what we're doing currently is we're trading inside. I'm going to move this so you can see it. Inside previous week value area high, and now inside previous day value. Not ideal. Not ideal, folks, at all. But let's see what we get. This is the open. So already closing the gap. ES has got a long way to go. Relative strength on ES this morning. It's got a long way to go to close its gap. We're trading into previous day point of control here. We've got a mixed bag on the MAG. Apple, the weak one this morning, giving back some of the gains from yesterday. And we look like we're going to come down and sweep all of this out at the moment. That's a strong sell off that previous week value area high. So trapped inside the previous week's range, trapped inside previous day's range right now, unfortunately. So strong selling coming in here this morning. Back to that trend line that we built from yesterday. I don't really trust that, but I've put it there in case we start fading backside of it. That's a decent move out the gate here. 60 odd points in that first minute. ES back to its VWAP. Feels like buyers so far off that news are caught who didn't sell into the previous week value area high. VIX gapping up off that opening print. Q's into possible demand area. I'd like to see us sweep all of this out now if we're going to do that. We did sweep it in the morning though, having said that, so need to be careful. Back to PDC. So remember, PDC and New York Open are going to be key. There we go. I was wondering what was going on there. So bouncing off that trend. So those trend lines which don't work, we're just bouncing off it for now. Come on, TradingView. Where are my indicators? Jeez. TradingView has been absolutely terrible since the updates they've done. They need to fix it. They need to hurry up and fix it. Okay, ES finding a bid off its VWAP and lower time frame algo. We're back to that New York Open. Most of the mag are green here. Look at this whipsaw. Same as yesterday. That's why I don't want to trade in this range. This is insane. Absolutely insane. Watch your ATR here. So already back to previous day value area highs where we just failed from, and we're already back there. We just failed from here and we're already back there. So we didn't go and sweep. We didn't close the gap. We traded underneath point of control. We've reclaimed previous day value area high. It's possible now. We're going to go all the way back to that news high if it really wants to get going. But so far just stuck. Here comes the squeeze, folks. All right, so they're squeezing this. Let's see if they pull back and hold previous day value or New York, if we're going to join for this long trigger back up. ES in a hurry here. Oh, this is just like yesterday in this range. Just so whippy. So whippy. VIX got absolutely destroyed, gapped up and just got slapped. Trading back down towards previous day low now. Let's see if VIX can fade under there. And if we can find a bid around value, which it would have been nice if we did earlier rather than drifting way, way under it. Here we go. It's found a bid in front of value now. Can we start squeezing? Want to take out the 700s here. Got a small piece on here. Looking for this trade back up towards previous week value area high if we can get through the 700s. So early trade here this morning. ES is in a hurry, folks. ES is dragging this market up. We want to see basically if we can build out a little bit of liquidity here for this move here. All right. Anything in here which holds is good. Underneath that, underneath here is a no-go. It would have been nice if we just did this morning instead of needing to come down to this trend line. Bit annoying that trend line was built from yesterday. If you go to the two pivots of those lows yesterday on NQ and follow it through, that is what this white trend line is. All right, 700s remain key here. ES coming up towards that high. Mag all green other than Apple right now, which is the weaker one. It's almost 1% down. 0.90% down on Apple. Rest of the mag green. Very early in the session here. Q's closed the gap. Spiders did not close the gap, remember. So again, divergence at play. How many times are we going to say that over this month? A lot, I think. Probably the most divergence I've seen. Right, stuck at these 700s. Might need a pullback into 75s if it can't break the 700s here. Let's see. 701s. There's not a lot of selling up here. Shouldn't be struggling this much. Should be squeezing through it. Here we go. Come on, market. Either pull back to value or squeeze. I don't care which. ES getting very close to that high already, folks. So once ES takes that high, you need to be careful. VIX getting absolutely crushed here. New lower day on the VIX underneath previous day low, might trade underneath the low before that, which is good. All right, let's see if it gives us a reload here into previous day value or New York. If we trade under New York, I'm not interested in grabbing scoops on this at all. It would be far too high risk. And Apple continuing to sell here. I want to be slightly careful there. So ES not taking out that high, failing up there. All right, here's value. They're going to need to hold this, and New York, if they don't hold this, this is going to go back into yesterday's chop range. All right, underneath this is the range I do not want to trade in. It's way too risky for me underneath this. They need to hold and bid above these levels. It's as simple as that. If they can't do that, the market's going to give up. It can't keep attempting to trade higher above value and failing. It's kind of gross that ES left that higher. Kind of expect us to trade higher. Here we go. So we're holding value for now, which is perfect. Can we get any oomph though? So repricing, holding that value. This is where we want to trade back up towards these highs now. It's really that simple. Knowing this market is going to faff around for ages before it does it. Here we go. Back to the 700s. Can we get acceptance through 700s now? Can ES go and take out that pre-market high that we did on that Newsweek? I want to be careful. Once it takes out that high, if we have relative weakness in the NQs and they don't take it out, you've got to be careful. 700 is clearly a big level. It's probably a massive options level. They're probably going to do... Was it here yesterday we chopped 20-point range? I think it was a little bit lower. Where was it yesterday where we kept chopping? 780s, 670s, sorry. Was that right? 670s. Yeah. All right, ES looks like it wants to go for it. It's building. VIX new low of day. Just want to see us squeeze. All I want to see us do is squeeze. Come on, get through the 700s. Liquidity above to aim for. 710, 715, 720, 725, all on the book. We should not be struggling this much here, folks. So if you want to take a partial off here, you can. This is so bad. NQ the last few days has been very, very hard to trade. And I can't help but think it is market makers trimming profits and buying calls all the other way around, making it hard. Come on. Why? It's 700. There's nothing there. Go. So sick of this. This is pathetic. This is pathetic. Come on. Just squeeze through it. There's an 11 lot there. 11 whole lots that you can't bid through. Come on. Now go to 5s, then 10s, then 20s. Come on, it's not that hard. Apparently for you it's very hard today. Apple's starting to find a bid. Come on. Fall asleep. We've got to be very careful if ES takes the high and we don't go here. Yeah, I know, Peter. It's if you look at the book above, it's not like there's some big orders up there. I'm telling you, it's going to be the options. It was the same yesterday. I had to do loads of research last night because we're reacting off. We're not reacting off like levels that we have. We're reacting off the options levels. If they don't get through here, they're going to have to do a bear trap and dunk it down first. All right, ES just took out that high. Be very careful here, folks. ES just took out that liquidity at the high. Be very careful. If we turn down here, it can be aggressive because ES has already traded all the way through this. Nvidia's just gone red on the day. Again, if we take out value, I'm not bidding. We'll just have to wait. ES now done that move, unfortunately. There we go. I'm out of this, break even. So didn't give me what I wanted. Trimmed some into it, thank God. Once ES took that high, we're starting to see a deeper pullback now in the market. Nvidia's starting to sell as well. Like I said, it might need a little bear trap here. If we rebuild, I'll think about a reoffer, but I'm not trusting anything right now. There's a whipsaw in, what, 30-point range. Book's starting to clear out here as well, which is never a good sign. We do not want to trade in yesterday's value. We do not want to trade in yesterday's value. If it can't bid above it, I will just wait until we trade to the bottom side of it, either for dips or if we're going to have big failures, I'll trade downside. But just zoom out, go to a 5-minute chart or something, zoom out, ask yourself, get rid of this. Ask yourself, do you want to trade where we did this garbage yesterday? I don't. I either want to bid above that or fail below that, or fail breakout and bid up, or fail breakout and slam that down. But I do not want to trade in this. It's telling you, the chart's telling you, look how whippy it is. Woo, 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 woo. Should be holding this to go higher. If it can't do it, there's a problem. Apple finding a bid here. New lower day again on VIX. Come on, market. Back towards these 700s, stuck at these 90s. Can we break through 700s? That's the question right now. Every poke through being sold. This feels like the 620s or whatever it was yesterday. Here we go. All right, get the juice. They needed that little bear trap. Back in this. Can we now go back up towards these highs? God, don't fail 700s again, for God's sake. ES absolutely ripping faces right now, folks. We should be moving here on NQ. If we can get Nvidia go red to green here, which it's trying to right now, it will help. Come on. Big wall. I don't see a big wall. Oh, options level. I see what you're saying. Oh, it's traded through that now already. ES wants previous day high now, 705s, which is a 5-day moving average. We are lagging behind in NQ. Nvidia couldn't go red to green. It tried. Fortunately, we're trading the weaker asset here, which does mean if they all turn and sell, it will be a better sell. But it's thin today. Yeah, Nvidia selling now. Let me get this up. Yeah, Nvidia just looks like NQ. Exactly the same. Stuck inside the chop zone of yesterday. You got to think, after yesterday's move, if we do the same today, there's a huge move coming in this market at some point. All right, opening range now set. You're just still at previous day's value, still above New York Open and above VWAP. Starting to fail now. Where's my anchor? Like I said, I'm not going to bid in here. There's no way I'm bidding in here. Far too dangerous. If they can't hold previous day value, I'm out every single time. Nvidia drifting back down towards that pre-market level that it bid off, 76.40s or 50s. VIX turning around here a bit as well. ES still holding up like a champ. Still looks good. We've just repriced into here. I'm not trading long. unless we reclaim stuff. I will not trade long in this zone. It's either got to show me strength or I'm not interested in it. It's far too risky to trade long in this zone. And for me, we haven't pushed and failed yet to give me a signature to go short. One thing I'm very worried about, we're just trading at New York Open, both VWAPs, all flow zones, previous day value area high, all stacked together right now. Stacked together right now. Meta just gone red on the session as well, while Apple continues to find a bid, closing its gap right now on Apple. Mixed bag here, folks. This is like we've said the last 2 days. They don't know what to do with this market. They know it's frothy. They know they probably need to take profits. They know it's probably due a 10+% pullback. But they're hedging and aren't really selling strong. All right, reclaim value again. Yeah, exactly, Peter. Gross so far. Glad I'm green so far. Thank goodness. All right, back to the 700s for the millionth time already this morning. Through the 700s. Are we going to go through this opening range and squeeze back up towards previous week value? ES about to take out its high again. Relative strength in the ES. Nvidia found a bid off that pre-market level we talked about, 50. So actually found a bid right in front of it. So opening range about to come up here. If you can squeeze through it. ES just stuck at its current higher day. VIX still trading towards the lows. Your ATR is pretty big still, folks. You're looking at 35 points ATR, so watch your size. Can they set a squeeze or a fail break? One or the other. I'm going to delete this because we're trading under and over it too much. Oh, there we go. Video back to VWAP right now. VWAP and PDC for Nvidia key. Can they trade back through it, or are they going to get stuck here? What is that opening drive? That's the under over box at the moment. Yes, new high here. Nvidia still stuck underneath VWAP and PDC. I'm watching that carefully. I think we can retest this. This is the bigger daily level. I want to see us retest. Oh, definitely got a cold. All right, let's get to 100 and let's say 120 likes today. 120 likes, we'll do an Apex giveaway. So do me a favor, smash that like button nice and early. Hit the bell button if you haven't already. Stream every day live if you're new here, Monday to Friday. We've had some nice winners this week. We've had to be patient for it, but we have had some nice ones. Nvidia cannot reclaim its VWAP and PDC right now. I'm watching that carefully. Mixed bag, completely mixed bag. Tesla, Microsoft, and Amazon all over 1% up. Google at 0.83% up, and then you've got Nvidia 0.16% down, Meta 0.09% down, Apple 0.36% down. That was 1% down on Apple, so it's trying to close its gap to PDC. Here's your opening range. Can they squeeze through this now and get to that previous week value area high? No is the answer. Just absolutely slapped there. No close above it. Back towards previous day value. Nvidia cannot get through VWAP and PDC. Look at this. What the fuck are we doing, guys? This is just like yesterday. It's everything I didn't want to see today. This is so bad. So bad. We have to sit this out and wait. Strong selling coming here. Look at this. All market selling. 146, 180 lot, 270 lot, and a 53 lot, all in the space of under a second, I'd say. Just no alignment in the market. Oh, who'd have known the new contract would be worse than the close of the old contract? Look at this. It's just awful. Think about what we've done this morning. Where's a 930 print? 930. Straight down, straight back up. Chop, 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 chop. Bear trap, fail break. Chop, 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 chop. No thanks. No, thank you very much. So close to getting first payout. Just don't think about the payout. You got to not think about the payout. You got to think about the chart in front of you. You don't get paid by trying to play to get the payout. You only get paid by the chart in front of you. So if there's no good chart in front of you, just wait. I've had very small win here this morning, like $300. That's all I'm up on the New York session. Look at these guys just pulling orders as well. Very hard when we're out of sync like this, when you've got Apple and Nvidia selling and the others sort of not knowing what to do. It's been a couple months and PA is bad. I don't know if it's been a couple months. I mean, there's been opportunities. It's just like they're there for a very short period of time and then they're gone. Each session has provided some great opportunities. Like we made money yesterday and then I left because I said low hanging fruit's gone. We're going to chop. It was extreme chop from one side to the other side. It was very extreme. You're seeing 150 point V-shaped recoveries out of nowhere. It's the options. I'm telling you, it's the options. Go and do some research when you get off today. Have a look at the options. It's because we are frothy, man. We are very, very frothy. The AI pushed way too hard this year and dragged tech up with it. And if you look at everything else, it didn't really drag it up. So if we're going to get that 10, 11% pullback in the market, you better believe we're probably going to get 20% pullback on those sort of frothy names. Yeah, 10 o'clock news. Thanks, Raf. Consumer sentiment. And oh, you got the vice chair talking at 1 o'clock. I don't want to be in for that, that's for sure. I don't want to be in for those news algos. Market's gone to sleep. Market's gone to sleep. Well, you can hide them, just don't put them on your screen. There'd be a way of doing it. Put black tape over it if you need to. I know traders, when we trade small caps, that used to put black tape over their screen so they couldn't see their P&L. Definitely ways of hiding it, contorted. So no follow through today to the upside. We're not really accepted into previous day range yet. So we can't get out of the previous week range, and we're not fully into previous day range. So we're still holding above previous day value. Nvidia still failing. Oh man. Nvidia trying to find a bid on those 50s that we talked about. 176.50 is that pre-market level. Unconvinced so far. Maybe we get that 4-hour push. I don't know. The last hour actually looks very bullish, which almost worries me a bit in how it's looking right now. Haven't had acceptance through 700 once today. Have we had a close through it? No. Maybe pushing into this new hour is 700s again. Can they get a close through it? Is there just a refresh seller here over and over again? It has been all morning. Crazy. I bet you there's a put wall there. Into these 10s. Remember, this is where it slammed it, what, like 4 or 5 minutes ago? Back towards that opening range high. Can we get acceptance through the 10s now, that opening range? Do they hold 700s now that they've broken through? They will need to close this candle high. How long have you got left? Like, not very long to the news, and they can't get through it. They cannot get through it. Bulls will get trapped here soon if they can't get that move. There's 5s. There's guys all the way up at 50s above, which is that previous week value area high and that Newsweek high, which is where I want to see us trade to. Yes, already trading. Already done that job. Already bidding over it. Relative strength in ES. Here you go. Watching the tape because I know this is where that big seller came back in here at 12s. 157 lot, and then he came back in with 213 lot and then a 234 lot. Every time we've traded up here, he's traded hundreds of lots on the market. One minute left till news, or just over. So we've wicked down on this H1. We haven't closed, or we didn't take out any of the low hanging fruit liquidity underneath us. We're trying to close high on this H1, but we haven't taken out the high above us. So we've left liquidity both sides, which means it's somewhat dangerous. ES has already done the damage to the upside. Somewhat concerned here about what we're going to do today. We've built lots of liquidity out this morning. We should be trading higher, and we're not. That should be a bit of a warning sign. News coming here in 30 seconds, folks. VIX hanging out at the lower day right now. Nvidia still not reclaiming VWAP or anything. Here's the news. Right, there's the opening range. Are we going to get follow through to that previous week value area high? It's trying. It is trying. Okay, we're off to the races. Here we go. Finally. Don't stutter there, for God's sake, market. No follow through. Yes, getting stuck in front of previous day high and 5-day moving average. Again, you're going to have to be careful. If ES takes out PDH and fails, then NQ might not make it to where we're looking for. So we've been trying to trade long up into here. All the time we're holding this, trying to trade long up into here. Once we get through this, we're looking for this block. If it can't do it, it can't do it. Yeah, exactly, Peter. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. New low of day on the VIX. Watching NVIDIA here as it trades back into VWAP again. If we start reclaiming VWAP and PDC on NVIDIA, we might get a little bit of a booster here. Here comes VWAP on NVIDIA. Do they slam the door here on NVIDIA, or do they let us through? Once NVIDIA gets through this VWAP, it's looking for PDC. If we do that and we get through it, we go red to green on NVIDIA. Might drive this market out. Apple's almost closed its gap as well. So MAG looking very, very good right now. I've just got one eye on ES. It's failed its 5-day moving average there. It failed in front of the previous day high, and it's been in a straight squeeze up without a bear trap yet on ES, so it can afford a deep pullback. I'm slightly concerned about that. Don't want to fail back underneath the orb. Definitely don't want to fail under 700 after we've done all that work to get through it. Fail under there means buyers above it will get in trouble, right? So if we fail underneath the orb, underneath this 700, buyers above it will get in trouble. So I'm going to remove this now. This would be the level. If they can't hold this, it's a problem, right? If they can't hold this because of how we've built, if they can't hold this, we can easily flop right the way back down. Definitely a see money, take money environment today. Look at ES, the way it's built the liquidity. It could slide. It did do one stop hunt there. It could come back and test 88s very comfortably. NVIDIA failing VWAP. Oh, and the chop continues. And the chop continues. Oh. There goes ES cleaning up all that liquidity. And we're back to value just like that. And like nothing happened over 700. So no follow through session. Let me check the 10-year here. Oof. Mate. 10-year getting very close to a reclaim of 4.2. If 10-year... I don't know, those guys in Discord, I'm going to try and set another alert here. It wouldn't do it for me yesterday. Yes, I've got it. If 10-year reclaims 4.2, this market's going to be in mega trouble. And I don't think that is helping us out right now because we're on a big drive higher. Yeah, it doesn't look good, man. Does not look good at 10-year. Very worried. All right, nothing to do here. Back into the range. The no trade range. That's a failed breakout. That's divergence versus ES. ES left low hanging fruit of previous day high, trading back into New York VWAP right now. Oh my gosh. Well, I don't want to trade backside on this. It's too messy. If we start popping and failing, I'd think about it, but it's nasty because yet again, right, this is divergence, but we left that on ES. So if it wants to come back from that, it's going to drag the market higher, which if we'd taken that and then failed, then it'd be easier to trade the backside. If they leave it like that, it's for a reason, right? It's for a reason. Nvidia got absolutely slapped off its VWAP, man. All right, we're trading into 24-hour VWAP coming into that New York Open. If we start failing this, we're probably going to go red on the session. Here's the New York Open. And they are going to slam this at this moment in time by the looks of it. Heavy, heavy, heavy tape. Are we going to go back towards the lows? Oh, man. It's so much like yesterday. Like straight down, no retracement in here to fail, nothing. Maybe it will come. It just feels like big players are very quick. They're marketing in when they're ready, and that's it. And then there's a lack of structure. All the way down to previous day close. We're closing the gap again here, retesting previous day point of control. And the froth continues to get trimmed. So maybe we bounce from here back up to previous day value, or maybe we just go straight back to the lows and offer nothing. Seriously, market? Seriously. We're not going to be given any opportunity today to do anything, are we? Oh my God. Oh, talk about options. ES back into its RBS. Back into the RBS. All right, back to this trend line. This trend line is from yesterday. If we start failing that, we're backside. All right, off these lows. I'm more interested in the backside if we get stuck under here for this. And then maybe this if we get lucky. If we wash this and reclaim, we're just going to go back. This is the level that we look at yesterday where we traded back and forth from. We failed above it. We failed below it. We've just failed above it again. We're back into it. And we're straight down right now. Ugh. All right, finding a bid off that. Can we fail somewhere up here to offer a reshort? Nvidia just came right into that block from pre-market. ES is holding its RBS zone, so ES is technically still bullish off this morning's drive. If we push up into sort of VWAP New York Open and build some structure out for a reshort to come and take out current day low, it might work. VIX finding a bid. Market's in complete disarray, as in the mag when I'm saying the market. Complete disarray. Is there follow through here? Stuck at previous day point control right now. And previous day close. So those are your under overs right now. Would have preferred a drift higher, but we're not getting it. So let's see, small size. Pop up for me, please. No, not going to pop up for me. Let's measure this out. 750, 650. I'll do it so you can see what I'm looking at. That's PDC. That's previous day point of control. This is value from yesterday. I don't really want to action something up here. I want to action up here if I can. But right now, they're finding sell pressure down there into previous day close, which is ugly. We haven't closed the gap yet on ES either. It's had relative strength. I want to see this trade back up towards VWAP if we can, and then see if we build structure there for me to reshort. Come on, up you get. See if it offers something here. If they V-shape it off this right back up, then I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. ES is holding a key level. It's right at its VWAP right now. I want to see a drive up fail to offer a lower high to reshort back down to take out the current session low. So far, they're just failing PDC over and over and over again. Bear flag here. It's probably going to take out that low and just wash straight back down to Globex now. And not get me in. And not get me in. There's one thing like saying we can understand from the footprint chart that it's going to go down. Where's your trade? Like, unless you're trading a trendline break, all right, this is straight down. We didn't form any structure. If we did this, I would have traded it like we talked about. I'm not trading a lack of structure, right? Which is what we've had in this market recently. So I'll stick to how I like to trade. If it doesn't give me structure, I don't get the trade, and that's okay. Won't always get everything. There's the opening range. We're going to come back down for Globex now. 83s possibly. She don't want to play ball for me. She don't want to give me pops to fade. She don't want to build out structure. Same as yesterday. When I wanted to bid on it, it just wanted to go straight up. The tape's very sort of one-sided. So there's your sweep of opening range low. Haven't taken out Globex. ES trying to trade back up to its VWAP right now. Previous day high, still holding on the spiders. So I'm very aware of this divergence over on the spiders right now. They have strength. Oi. No pop up the pupper. Yeah, exactly. Peter knows what I'm talking about. I trade structure. I will trade momentum and structure. Oh, come on. That is so weak. Is that all you're going to do? Yes, rejecting its VWAP. Is that all you're going to do? Seriously, folks. No goose. If we take out Globex, we can look for previous day value area low. Oh, maybe I should have traded PDC. I don't know. All right, here is your TP and here is your TP. I was hoping I could get filled up there. Maybe I was too greedy looking for a retrace, but wanted better RR than this. But here you go. Globex right here. So you TP 73s and then 530s. VIX starting to pump here. Watching VIX into PDC. Man. What's the guy got to do for some structure the last few days, man? I even tweeted about it last night. Like, the options levels are just, I don't know. If you're a Gex level trader or something like that, you're probably having quite a lot of fun right now. Right, look how it's built out the liquidity here. If it wants to pop straight above this, it can do that. ES holding PDH. Well, SPY holding PDH. Both of them holding lower time frame algo. VIX approaching PDC. Please pop up. Please. Oh, God, you bastard. What a bugger. All right, you're getting close to your Globex. Make sure you're paying yourself a little bit of money. Breaking this trend. I'm going to let go of this trend now. Right, backside on that trend. Here comes Globex. Oh, God. Well, we got so close to that supply. Man, to give you a refresh of what we were looking for today for the fade, it was here. I wanted a push out into this supply and then a backside and then to get stuck here and roll over. We didn't make it up here. We rolled over and now we're doing this move. Right, so it was planned. We weren't able to get up to where I wanted. I just wanted to see us peek out through this. All it needed to do was peek out through this and then off of this and then off of this. So now I'm still going to be watching this level. Now I know buyers are trapped above here. So any return into here which fails, I'll think about the trade downside as long as we haven't taken out all the low-hanging fruit. All right, I need to see some form of retracement. Look how we're building this. This is asking bears to chase it. So I would like to see them get taken out, some full of bull trap, and then a rotation. If we reclaim this, obviously there's no short then because then we use this liquidity to go back higher again in this range. But all the time we defend sort of previous day value area high now and VWAPs, I'll be looking for lower prices. If we reclaim this, higher. If we reject this, lower. This is your over-under right here. Buyers are stuck above this right now. You shorted 700s, yeah, that's awesome, Market Eyes. You absolutely nailed that. You did better than me, my friend. Although my trade this morning was pretty good. Here was my execution this morning. Can I show it? That was my execution this morning. Long, sell partials, rebuy on the dip to value, sell partial, rebuy on the exchange, partial. That was a fat finger, partial, fully out into previous week value area high. So it was a 100-point trade this morning pre-market. So I have already made a ton of money on one of my accounts. I'm not. It's not the end of the world if I can't get what I want today. All right, VIX failing PDC. So VIX trapped between PDL PDC. Market just stuck. We have a lack of follow through in this market the last few days. I would like to see us trade downside at this point, but I'd like to us to trade upside first because I want an optimal entry, but we're not going to get it, are we? No, we're not. Oh, you are a horrible, horrible person, Mr. NQ. The problem is if we keep drifting lower and taking out low-hanging fruit, it's going to be tough. This is a demand block here from overnight. All right. One thing I would say is we did already sweep. So we created overnight. We swept. My long trigger was here this morning. We traded back into this. We held. We traded back into this. We might still hold this. This is strong demand down here. If we trade under that and get stuck, there might be a reshort opportunity. If we trade under that and reclaim, there'll be a squeeze opportunity. All right. If too many shorts get stuck down here. That's why I'm trying to be patient. Nvidia trading near its lows, but in demand right now. If Nvidia starts breaking pre-market lows, I get a new leg. I'll give you a readout on the mag. Tesla 0.15% up. Nvidia 0. Let's do it in order actually to help you. Let's go weak to high. So Apple 0.75% down. Meta 0.60% down. Nvidia actually just now 0.70% down. And then the other side of the trade, Google 0.58% up. Amazon 0.42% up, Microsoft 0.46% up, Tesla 0.19% up. So mixed bag. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them green, 3 of them red. Oracle red as well, by the way. Oh, Neo having a nice pullback, Mr. Coop. IREN. Let's hope that that whole basket absolutely pukes it. I want IREN, NVTS, IONQ to absolutely puke it. RGTI, please puke, 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 puke. Oh no. Oh man. Look at ALB. Seriously. What's the situation on ES? Just got stuck at 5-day moving average. Relative strength this morning, stuck at 5-day moving average. We're trading into demand now, into Globex, where we found bids from earlier. You must be covering some into here if you've been short this morning. I'm still not short. It's not giving me what I want. ES probably going to come and take out that liquidity, that wick from this morning. I don't know what time that was. In the 9:30 print, was it? Was that the opening print? Oh, can we take out Globex then? Why are we getting stuck here in front of Globex? What are you doing, market? The faff is unbelievable in NQ recently. Unfriggin' believable. So failing 600s now, not offered me anything to get back in at all in terms of structure. NQ is protecting that low at 667.75 right now. I'd expect that to get taken. What is that? That is the opening print. I expect that to get taken. If we stay heavy under that, is night time. Here comes Globex then. You might get Globex here. NQ very, very close to Globex. Remember, we did already sweep this once this morning and we found a bid off it. If we turn this into supply, we can go much, much deeper. Somewhat odd that we are protecting these levels the way we are. Oh, thank you, John. Very kind of you. Really, they're going to protect this. Are they going to protect this low? Seems like it at the moment. All right. I'm happy if they protect it because we'll come back for that later, but we'll see. Higher highs, higher lows so far. On what? I can't see any higher highs and higher lows. This would be a breakdown. These are lower lows, lower high, lower lows, lower high, lower lows, lower high. How would I combat taking partials too early? Put your limits in. Put limits in at key levels and leave them there. Oh, since yesterday's low. Roger that, roger that. Yeah, on an H1. But your pivot, the thing that you've got to understand is the pivot is 795, or let's just call it 800, and the low of yesterday, 400. We're actually in a sell. The pivot is in a sell. All right, there's your Globex now taken. Are they now going to sweep and bid off this, or are we going to continue selling all the way down to previous week point of control and previous day value area low, which seems somewhat probable at this point, and ES probably wants to close its gap, I would say, at this point. What's the time here? So it's starting to sweep those H1 levels. Is there expansion under, though? These are the levels. If there's expansion under, we come and test value from yesterday. If we fail that, we come and test those lows from yesterday. Yep, here's the expansion. All right, so in for expansion. Come on. I keep moving my take profit lower and lower if we're going to keep expanding like this. Let's get to previous week point of control coming up. Hello. Hello. Right, if we fail this, we're going to go all the way to previous day lows. Covering some into previous week point of control. That is, looks like it's in the wrong area, but I've got it slightly different on NinjaTrader at 37. Sorry, folks. I don't know what you guys had it at. I have it at 37 on NinjaTrader. Might be just slight discrepancy there. And 33s for this guy. Slightly higher. All right. So Globex down into here. If we now fail this, we're looking at the lows of yesterday. All right. So I'm going to zoom out and we're going to create new levels because these are going to become important. So we can do cover points as here as well. I'm going to do that as gray just because it's a wick. All right. I know these were options levels yesterday because I had to go and research it to see why we bid so aggressively. So ended up taking a breakout short there. Back down into these levels. Now I've got to wait. Market really starting to roll here. All of the mag about to go red here, folks. So I would like a retest of Globex to stay heavy. Remember, we're retesting previous day's value. So now we've traded inside of yesterday's range. If we can expand outside of yesterday's range, we're going to attack the liquidity at those lows from yesterday. Look at the H1. Think about where we're going to trade into. If we're going to trade outside of the range, outside of this range, this was yesterday's range, remember, was here. We failed outside. If we stay heavy, we're going to attack the liquidity here. And we've got unfinished business at previous week value area low. And remember, the main target, if we're really going to break down, is all the way down here, sort of 245s, I think it is. If we're really going to go like, you know, mental heavy for a high time frame breakdown. If we break down under that, that's your level out of the newsletter. That will be night market, as in multiple time frame will shift short. All right, yes, now fulfilled its obligation and filled its gap. So we've got the whole market has done most of its low hanging fruit. VIX starting to really get going here. We want to see a drive back up and then a failure. If we reclaim Globex, then a potential squeeze is on. But we want to see a drive back up and a failure. Don't just fail here, you mother clucker, because I got all out like an idiot and didn't hold enough runners. It was such a fast move. Let's go up. Remember, lots of people, lots of high time frame buyers will be bidding here because we're at yesterday's value. All right, so they'll be looking for a reversal off here because we are at yesterday's value. One thing I'd be very careful of is this liquidity we built here. All right, so if they reclaim this, this is possible. And where would we go? Point of control, previous day value, because this is yesterday's range. Remember that. If we if we can fail here, trade under here, there's a trade down to this. Location's getting worse and worse as the day goes on for these shorts, though. So let's see. Let's see if we can return up and offer a fade, or if bulls are going to do what they did yesterday and just do a full V-shaped recovery all the way back to the highs, which is what we did yesterday off similar kind of levels, right? Look at that guy. Can't open his car without an alarm. Same thing every single day. He's stupido. Nice, Peter. Yeah, I didn't hold the runner because I got in late, so I had to take that breakout. So what did I get out of that? Like 50 points in a minute or so. That's pretty good. All right, here's the squeeze back up to test Globex. All right, remember how we built liquidity here was not very good for a short. If they want to squeeze off this, they will. Remember, higher time frame buyers will buy off value because this is discount. All right, they're trying to bid off discount to reclaim this and squeeze all the way back up. So I'm not going to front side this. I'm going to wait to see if it stops. I'm very, very aware in my head that yesterday these moves did not stop. They just went boom, straight upside. I'm very, very, very aware of that. So far, we are failing inside of Globex. Want to see us build out more liquidity here. Please don't just shove this all the way back down. Please, market, be kind. So unkind. Oh, you sent your username, John. Let me get that done for you now, because you might probably want it. Give me a sec here, folks. How do I do it? 1 second, folks. In fact, let me drag this over here so you guys can still watch the screen. Settings, no. Nope. Where is it? Profile. Scripts. Here we go. Zone System Pro. All right, you're added, buddy. If you just go into Discord, the link's there for it, but you're added. Okay, let's see if we can get a 2-leg here. 2-leg would be nice. And if there's a failure. If there's no failure, obviously I will not be shorting this. All right, I'm now up very considerably on the day, so I need to be patient. And trying to remind myself, ES has fulfilled its obligation. It has filled its gap. It's filled its gap. Don't want to get stuck at the lows here. Right, this is where high time frame buyers will keep trying to step in here. We need those high time frame buyers basically to get stuck. All right, if the higher time frame buyers get stuck, that's when we get nice play. And we'd like a 2-leg ideally for them to get stuck from. It's going to be the most ideal circumstance. Currently, they're bidding in front of that previous week point of control and previous day value area low. If they fail previous day value area low, that is definitely where they will get stuck. But we'd rather get a 2-leg higher so we can get a nice bid up, get lots of bulls trapped in, and then see it fail. And what am I aware of? I'm very, very, very aware of that ES has filled its gap and has found a bid. And we've now set the initial balance as well, folks. So we can think about IB rotation plays or IB expansions. Right, here's previous week point of control, retesting again. Please give us a 2-leg. Be kind, Mr. Market. We traded into that H1. What's that transition? 515s. Very close. 515s. Right. I'm looking for a 2-leg up to then fail. If we reclaim everything, I'd consider the long, but given that the mag has just completely rolled over and puked, I'm less interested. I'd really like a 2-leg up and fail. That's what I'd love to see. Who's on the book? Anyone low? Any big numbers? Let's check the algo in case he's around. Oh, he is. 4, 5, 20s. Nice to see. Okay. Come on, get your ass up there and then offer us failure. I want to trap higher time frame bulls, ideally. I want to trap the bulls that are playing off previous day value area low. This is discount, so I expect them to bid off it, and I want to see us squeeze up a little bit and then fail. Where did we fail from? 600s. Yeah. Come on, get your ass up a little bit. Building these inside bars. I want us to build up some kind of bearish structure here. Come on, go upside, up. I'm not long in this, by the way. I want it to go up to offer me a potential short back down. What I don't want to see is a V-shaped recovery. If we do a V-shaped recovery like yesterday, which I don't think we're going to do, because it would have already done it, right? When we did this move yesterday, it was like instant, wasn't it? 150 points, I think, happened in the first 4 minutes off the low. Here's retested Globex. Remember, this can all get chewed. I'm going to put some volume on here now because we've been here a considerable amount of time. We can see what's built for the day. Okay, so they are going to need to protect these 600s. You would have heard me just say 600s recently. They're going to need to protect 600s. There's volume. I'm going to get rid of this now. This was an old breakout point. They might sell into this low vol. If they reclaim this low vol, then 600 will be where they want to go. So low volume here, sellers will want to protect that Globex level. If they're not able to protect this, then 600s will be where they will want to trade up to. And then they can potentially squeeze through that. So I would say, sellers will be looking for this to be protection. All right, and then currently a small low volume node here that they're looking to protect, which is Globex. All right, so those are the potential points that they might want to sell back down from. Remember, we're selling low. The higher we go, the better in many ways, because we can trap bulls. I want bulls trapped in this market so that we can move lower. I've got one eye on the VIX here because it's not doing too well at PDC. So I think might go 600s. If we reclaim inside current day's value, all right, remember, if we hold previous day value area low, if these high time frame bulls get their wish and we reclaim here, we will go back up into this thin area and retest this. And this will just be a value day. It'll be an initial balance day. And we'll get no expansion lower. So I'm not going to be front side. Hopefully that makes sense to you all. Okay. Getting through this node now. So I want to see us come and test value area low and kind of this block here. It gets a bit thicker into 600. Do they do the old V shape? Would not surprise me in many ways. It's what they did yesterday. It looks like it right now, doesn't it? Here's 600, so they're testing value. Oh, this feels so much like yesterday. Did they just put a face ripper on here and go for it? You just got to wonder. And if they do, we're going to come up to previous day point of control, and then we get back thin. If they start reclaiming 615, 620s, we get really thin and they can keep going upside. Mental, I know, but that's the market condition we're in right now. It doesn't know what it wants, so it just goes rip faces one side, rip faces the other side. It's a crazy market. Right, do they reload 600 and hold that opening range? Or are they going to fade this now? They haven't sweat much liquidity here yet. They can come and sweep out all this structure. So much like yesterday. If anyone's got the cool wall down here, please let me know where it is. I'm going to assume it's right around value. Yes, might want to try and get up to its VWAP by the looks of it. So from PDC, fulfilled its obligation. Do we go IB VWAP? I don't know. Do we get any weakness? Very hard to trust this. Given what we did yesterday, I'd imagine there's a lot of people who are very concerned that we're going to go all the way back to the highs here. And I don't blame them for being concerned about that. Here you go. It is options market. Options players are just taking control of this market right now. You can't do much. Absolutely wild. Yes, buddy. Yeah, on the daily we're inside, definitely. So range rotation. So they just went IB to VWAP. See if they pop this and then fail or not. But now we've reclaimed current value. It's kind of hard to think about short, isn't it? This is so much like yesterday. We're just trading from one edge to the other, from extreme to extreme. And look how violent this is. Once it got moving, what's this candle? Like low of 70. So 35-point candles all the way back to VWAP. VWAP now hit. And previous day point of control. And if they keep pumping, they're going to go all the way up to previous day value area high. If we just do the VWAP rotation, then maybe we offer the move back down a little bit and see if they reload it for that inverse head and shoulders. I don't know. But like if we think about yesterday, how similar was it? Pretty similar. We built a bit more structure today, in fairness. But like V-shape, V-shape. I would really like us to move out of these ranges because there's too many drawings on these charts at the moment. Way too many drawings. And there was a stop start here. Maybe you could have got long at 69. That's way too risky for my appetite, but it paid. It definitely paid today. Yeah, only 74 likes. We need to get to 120 likes and we will do an Apex giveaway. They can still sweep at these 37s. Definite rotation day right now. Look at your H1 bar. It's so much like yesterday. Just testing each side of the extreme. Oh, man. Nvidia coming up to its VWAP. This is gross. This is gross, man. Can't trade this when it does this. This is just like yesterday afternoon. That's why I left early yesterday, because I had a feeling once we hit targets, we'd do that. The moment we closed ES's gap, we've gone into like straight moves. I think about what we've done. Where's the structure here? None. Where's the structure here? Okay, there is some structure here. But like these are big, big moves without offering really much ability. Unless you are going to trade straight off these and be a bidder, higher time frame like we said, or be a seller the moment we crash through that, which means you've got to risk 50 odd points up to here. Again, it's beyond my appetite. It is beyond my appetite. Bulls have stepped in here though. Yeah, it's so busy. It's so busy. It's because of how they're trading, because we're not expanding ranges, because we keep trading into old ranges and creating new ranges, and into old ranges and creating new ranges. And then you get all these horrible lines on the chart. It annoys me when it's like this. It's horrible to look at. So we're trading back to VWAPs now. We're not too far from that New York Open. And Nvidia held basically those 75s. So same thing. It bid off in front of Thursday's low where it found a bid. It's just a whipsaw market right now. And into this thin structure. If we do what we do yesterday, we'll go sideways for like an hour in a 20-minute range. All right, I'm going to use a bathroom and I'll be right back. Oh, we're seeing a bit of a pullback. Okay. They got stuck at the VWAP. Let's see if they sell 22s now. Man, I missed it, didn't I? We should all know, every time Alex uses the bathroom, that's your signal. That's always your signal. Every time Alex uses the bathroom, that's the signal, guys. Okay, it was a very big two-leg pullback, but it was a two-leg pullback, and we cleaned this out. All right, so there's your two-leg pullback. So now I'd say if they stay heavy versus this, there's a rotation. This is your new range. All right, so if they stay heavy versus 23s, there's a failure back down to 66s. If they fail that, they retest low of day. If they fail that, we have these areas. If they bid off here, this would be your first higher low. All right, and then we're going to go rotation back up. Remember, you have to be... Oh my God. Why did I go to the bathroom at that point? Oh, God. It's going to be the play of the day here. You watch. It's going to be play of the day. Oh, we've talked about it. We talked about a two-leg. We talked about cleaning this out. We talked about that V-shape. We talked about potential failure. Back down. All right, here's your cover point. All right, ES is already at that cover point. So just respect it. Oh. Oh my God. Oh my God. What are you gonna do? Jeez Louise. All right, so do buyers step back in here? This is the question. They step back in here and find a bid. All right, if they step back in here and find a bid, that would be your first higher low. This is the range. Basically, I'd be watching this just internal range, basically this. All right, red to blue. This is decision point now for the market. Over this, squeezy. Push, fail, back down to here. Fail this, back down. And we just keep doing rotation from level to level, level to level, level to level. Or we go from flow of zone to zone, zone to zone, zone to zone. All right. Are you going to give me something to trade here, or am I going to miss all opportunities now? Might not look like much, but that's almost 100 points. That's fairly upsetting. Okay, back down to this RBS zone. It's very hard to take. Very hard to take. Oh my God, you're just going to absolutely melt now, aren't you? You absolute feck. All right, Globex here. Obviously, no pops for me to get in since I leave. Obviously. Obviously. All right, folks, we need to get to 120 likes so we can do an Apex giveaway. This is the two legs now complete. We're going to go for these lows now. You're just not going to let me in because you're an absolute bastard. You bastard, yeah. Oh. Oh, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. Yes, back to PDC. Oh, why market? Yeah, very, very possibly, Mike. Yeah, they'll be looking for a breakdown now under here, and then we trade down into these levels. So this is the wick, second wick from yesterday. This is the low from yesterday. So we start getting underneath previous day value area low. Remember, why did we want a two leg? Because we want lots of bulls to chase, and their out will be here, and that will cause this. All right. So if we defend this, they're still okay. All right, but if we let go under here, that'll be all the bulls in this move getting liquidated. All right, so we've gone IB to VWAP up. If we defend anywhere up here and we sell through this, they will get stuck. The moment we're trading into where they bid off, remember this is where they bid off, this kind of area. Yes, defending PDC so far. I'd just like to see us pop and then just slam at this point. Just absolutely slam it. But Nvidia's trying to find a bid here as well. So they're just going to make it really hard. It's one of those where if you don't get it right there, right then, like we talked about here, it's just straight down. That's 100 points. Alex misses 100 points, 100 points, 100 points, 100 points. It's just absolutely mental how this market's moving at the moment. It's got no chill in it. No more bathroom breaks. So I don't really want to pee myself live on stream. It's one way to go viral. It's not the way I'd like to go viral. So defending that low so far. Book's started to really thin out here, folks. Look at this book. Where are the players? There aren't any. Have they become uninterested and left for the day? I don't know, but there's no players here at the moment. A bit worrying. Yes. Big level there on ES. They're trying to defend. 657, 655. Underneath, not much. It's just hard to play because the range is so big now. You miss that initial entry and then it's just gone. Range just becomes ridiculous to play. What if they squeeze this 100 points straight back up? It wouldn't really take much, would it? It would not take much. So first higher low now. They're defending this block right here. This block. Do they defend this up here as sellers? And you're in no man's land between. So it's really hard to get involved. At least for me, the way I like to play, I find it a bit hard to get involved here. I'd love to get involved, but I don't see how right now. We are way too thin. Looking at the book, there's just no one playing. The biggest passive order on the book is a 16 lot above. I mean, my bias is downside, but to get involved where I've got to risk so much if I start trying to short here against this value and they start squeezing, I've got to risk 40, 50 points. I don't really want to do that. That's way too much. The VIX is just a mess. Look at VIX. This is how I know it's bullshit options, is just by looking at the VIX. I just would love, I'd love it. I don't care which way. I'd love it if these market makers just make their mind up. Either go risk on or go risk off. Don't fuck around anymore. Because it's just getting ridiculous, man. There's literally no player on the tape right now. We're moving up off like tiny lots here. This is what I mean. Squeeze all the way back up now because we did a straight move down with no structure. Now we'll go all the way back up with no structure. Oh my God. Fucking morons right now, man. The way they're operating. They're costing me so much money. Lack of opportunity in how they, well, for my strategy and how they play. You've got, I'm telling you, for me, you've got to have some fucking spuds on you to be bidding off that. but they've clearly got them. Crazy. Like, I just can't, I don't know how these guys do it. I just don't have the spuds on me to do that, but these guys do. Right, defending 600 right now. So I'd say we're kind of trapped between this demand and 600. That's basically what they're looking at. My bias remains lower right now, but how to get involved is another whole thing. Still bidding off this. Ugh, gross. It just feels like it's too risky here. I don't know if they're going to do like 100-point shove up or 100-point fail. Look at the mag. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them green, 3 of them red. Oracle red. Everything else I'm looking at is red. Literally everything on my watch list is red other than ALB. Everything is red. But it's okay. We'll just defend extreme levels with violence on moves up. And there wasn't even a lot of volume off here. Maybe this candle, which broke out through this high, but now nothing. It's weird. Don't even try and lose it, Mr. Sim. What did you make too much money in? If you've gone over a consistency rule, just don't worry about it. Just make more money another day. Don't even worry about losing it. Oh, for evals. Can't you just make more money? What are you doing? Top step. Just make more money the next day. Oh, it's up to you. Do what you feel. Probably the best way to do that then is just to flip orders so that your costs go up. Feels very much like we want to move lower here, but it just feels so risky to think about doing anything because we potentially put in a higher low, higher high, break, higher low. Never came and swept all this. I feel like we want to move lower, but it's just very high risk here. Not retested this area where we slammed away from. Just gives me the spooks. Watching Nvidia, watching this market. Do they come under Globex and get heavy? Feels, oh, defending it. Oh, the players have turned up on the book again. Oh, hello. If they hold these 67s, I think seller's going to be in trouble. But if they start selling through here, there you go. This is the 67s test. If they sell through here, we're going lower day. Yep. Big level here. Remember, we just bid off this block right here. If we fail this, we're going to come right down to this, I think. Make your mind up, market makers, please. And everyone left the book again. Look at this. It's crazy. So if you can see what I'm talking about above, you see this period here? There's like a 30-second period where we sell and they just go, oh, we're out. And then they come back on again. It's really bizarre. Just this thin period here. I don't know what they're playing at right now. Really bizarre. Oh, I'd like one trade, just one good trade. New hourly bar here. Let's have a look at this old hour. Old hour took the previous hour high, took the previous hour low. As long as we defend 600, we've got potential to move lower, I'd say, based on the hourly. reclaim 600, and we will trade all the way back to 674, 74, yeah. 628 and then 674. Sorry, just reading JD's comment. That's amazing. What was that today, or are you talking about a previous time? That's hilarious. So when you try and lose, you can't. That just shows you've got to always do the opposite of what you think. They're still defending this little block here. This is where we bid off. You need to wait for this to fail. If it doesn't fail, then just keep doing. They keep doing nonsense. There you go. They're still doing nonsense. Nvidia is going to be the biggest pain in the arse here if it starts pushing and reclaiming VWAP, and we're going to get no plays. Whole market's going to go in completely opposite directions. No way I'm bidding off this, by the way, folks. I haven't got the stomach to bid a range rotation like this. This is way too dangerous. I'd rather be focused on the short side or a full reclaim above 600, or really needs to be above VWAP. I'd think about longs, but right now I'm not bidding off this range rotation. Doesn't mean you can't. It's just there's no way after a strong move like that I'm going to have the stomach to bid off it. I know yesterday we flew right back to the upside. I'm well aware of what happened, but that is a heavy move. We should be retesting and potentially breaking down here. If we hold this and we range rotate, great for you guys, but I don't have the stomach for that. I would rather bid back up here for that move. This is just feels very risky to me. It's a big sell back down into here. This is a decision point. If you want to bid off it, that's fine. Like it makes sense. It's just not what I'm going to do. There are buyers stepping in now. They've literally... Where's this lot been? They came back in. They were never here. And then whatever the time this is, at 11 o'clock on the new hourly, they've stepped back in. And now they're trying to walk it up. Mad. I'm telling you, Nvidia is going to be a problem here. Nvidia is going to be a problem here. It's driving back up towards VWAP. We're going to rip higher if that reclaims. All because of one stock. All right, all because of this. This is very much like yesterday. Starting to see it reclaim. If it gets through here, it is going to squeeze because everyone's short against this level, and it looks like it's going to do it, like I said. If it does that, NQ will probably go on a face ripper. So far, we can't get acceptance above the 600 is what I keep saying. I don't want to get long unless we can find acceptance and value. So if you want to bid versus previous day, I totally understand. It's a legit play, but it's just not what I want to do. I want to wait for confirmation if I'm going to go long. I am not convinced. These are GEX levels for sure. Yeah, I'm sure they are. That's why we're trading so stupidly all the time. I don't know. Everyone loves the 0 DTE market and the volatility it brings. I hate it. I think it ruins a lot of plays. I think we were fine before 0 DTE, honestly. Okay, back into this block again. I want to see us move down personally, but watching how we're building out these inside bars on a 5-minute. Defending 600. I want to see us puke, but that's just me. This is being defended. And we're buying up the other side of it, which already got marked out. Look how tight this is getting. This is like yesterday. It is a repeat of yesterday. Fucking market makers are just doing bollocks. You can't trade this. Well, I can't trade this. I will rather sit out. I'm frustrated because as soon as I went to the toilet, it did the trade I waited for, and I've come back, and now we're just chopping. My bias is downside unless we reclaim 600 and base over it. My bias will remain downside unless we reclaim 600 and base over it. The problem is we're stuck into this area where we found bids from, and I have absolutely no doubt at all that they will keep chopping. Using the 1 hourly bar structure since 10 a.m. bar was so red, the 11 a.m. bar should move up. Well, it's moving up and it's testing the 9 a.m. wick low, right? Testing that area. If we can't reclaim that area, which is 600, then we probably expand or retest the old hourly low. Show you what I mean. If we reclaim it, it's different. Get rid of all this. All right. H1 breakouts came in here. We're coming back to this level because this is the old wick. This is value area low. If we defend this, we should retest this low. If we fail that, low, low. If we reclaim this level, then yes, we can bid back up to sort of midpoint or 61. That's why I'm saying 600 is key. It's Confluence. It's this hourly wick right here. 9 a.m. candle. This candle here. Right? We're banging against it. We're not getting acceptance through it yet. So this can be a liquidity build to come lower unless they reclaim it. That's why it's such a key level. Nice, Ken. Yeah, I totally understand the play. It's just not what I just don't like playing that way off strong sell side momentum. But it makes sense. It makes sense. Oh, do we just go to sleep now? Do we go back to sleep? We've now been stuck here 10, 20 minutes, stuck sideways. That might be it, folks. If it can't break above or below this, that might be it for the day. If they're going to chop all day, burn all the premiums, maybe, I don't know. Don't forget, folks, if you're interested, Apex still has a sale on. Started yesterday, 80% sale. $85 for activation fee. Super, super cheap. Use code FCT. We need to get to 120 likes and we're going to give away one of those Apex accounts. Again, my bias is still lower. Until it gets over 600, my bias is lower based on the H1. I think we come and test this H1 level right now. We're coming into, what's this open close level? Where do we go? 10, 11. This level here. 65s. Under 65s, this H1 candle goes red. All right. So 565, this is key. This is basically sentiment on the candle. right? This level, if it lets me draw it, right here, right where we are. Underneath this candle goes red. If we start fading, we go and test these lows. If we get under this low, we test this wick and this level. If we get over 600, then there is a potential squeeze. Back into that H1 level then. Like I said, I think we want to roll over. The only thing that's making me apprehensive is how Nvidia is acting right now. Banging my head on a brick wall at the moment. Keep saving it. No follow through. Come on, market. No follow through in this market. We can't just chop for the rest of the day, surely. Jesus Christ almighty. I've got to stop saying that. I've got to find other words to use instead of blasphemy. I really want to just see us trade the previous day low at this point. We've built up that much liquidity. If we're going to snap, I want to see us trade the previous day low. It's amazing how much they're defending this with no volume. I'm going to take out this 50 guy. No one wants to play in here. Look, there's no follow through in here. There's no one playing in here. Need a big seller to come in and just whack it. Whack it. Come on, Mr. Seller. Someone come in and do it. Do you reckon they're scared from yesterday, from how it recovered? That might be what it is. Come on. Let's see if we can get H1 expansion. Come on. A little bit of follow through. Just a little bit of follow through. Come on. Come on. Here we go. Here we go. Turn the jets on. Turn those fucking jets on. Get under all this. Who's this guy here? 39s. We want to get under value. If they can't get under value, it's not going to work. We need 24 more likes, folks. 120 likes. 24 more likes. Some of you on stream have not hit that like button. All you need to do is smash that like button. We're doing Apex giveaway. That's all you got to do. So easy. Right, ES back to PDC, not taking out IB low. Lots of people will be trying to defend this here on ES especially. Lots of people will be trying to defend it. I'm going to have a quick look through this mag here. Tesla bidding over VWAP. Nvidia under VWAP at a key level, not breaking down yet. Microsoft trading near low of day at PDC key level. Meta trading well under PDC at IB low key level. Google trading between PDC and PDH key level. Amazon no man's land, absolute no man's land. Apple right at VWAP. So decision to be made here in the market. Still no breakdown, still no breakout, still just stuck. Stuck. I'm going to refine this now that we've traded into this. So this is the rotation. I'm waiting to see if we can get outside of this rotation. All I'm waiting to see. I don't want to get stuck in here. If we bid and do this, fine. If we break down and do this, fine. If we bid up and fail, fine. If we break down and reclaim, fine. I don't want to get stuck in this. Remember, this is in yesterday's range. We said we really don't want to get stuck in yesterday's range. $120 was $120 all morning. It was $110 yesterday. $120, only 19 more. Not asking a lot. Will there be a new discount from the Flow Zone trader course? I mean, there's 10% at the moment if you use FCT, but there's no big discount for a while. We just did a discount not long ago. I only do it like once or twice a year.
Well, you know, I think it's still time to buy because it's just about to break out. So, is it worth a pot? I'm ready to get in here. What do you think?
That's hilarious. That's my dad, because I told him to buy ALB and he told me I'm not convinced. And I was like, have you looked at it? And I told him 3 days ago when it was at 81 and now it's trading 89s. All right, sorry, got distracted there with that message. Reclaiming here, 600. Let's see. Now we're moving out of range. Can think about what's next if it gives a setup. So value buyers still stepping in. Hey. Oh man, did they just bid this up now? Remainder of the day, I don't know. Somewhat unconvinced right now. Gave all my games back from this morning. How and why? What I'm assuming this morning you would have been, if you made big money, you're probably short there. I can't remember what you took. I was long. Couldn't get the short and then took, where did we get short? A breakdown short here to here. That's all I got because there was no structure to play here. Wait for the 2-leg, went to the toilet. I've missed everything else since. Nothing to play since. Markets really start to thin out. So failing 600, we just pushed 600, failing 600 now. No worries, PD. Good work. Yeah, I must say I've got. I am due some payouts. Don't know. I'm like tempted to just keep building some of these accounts, but my FTMO plus, I probably got one. I've got to do 2 more trading days, but I'm at 52,249 after 3 days. This is day 3, so I've got to do 2 more trading days. It's my first time trading with them, so I'm just giving them a go. I've got to finish a couple more evals on them, which I haven't done. Once I got one pass, I was like, let me just make sure they pay out properly and stuff before I promote it. Okay, 600 failing. The rotation continues. We're rotating basically between 600 and 50s. So you were in a 50-point rotation here. All right, this is an H1 rotation. It is gross. It is gross. I'm going to just turn my aircon off and be right back. All right. I took the long in the morning and then got chopped up in this huge range. I keep thinking it's going to go back up. You just got to let it build the liquidity out. My bias is downside unless we break above 600 and hold. Like every push above 600 is not held. The tough thing right now is like the market is completely mixed. Or like in days like this, what I do is I look at the mag. Right, my eyes are here. I'm looking at the mag. So mag 7, 1, 2, 3 of them red, 1, 2, 3 of them green, 1 of them flat. Right, so equally weighted. We don't really know what we're doing right now. That should be indication number 1. Indication number 2, if you just bring up the VIX, move to a 5-minute. Right, VIX is trading between previous day low and previous day close. What are we doing? Are we getting momentum outside of daily levels? Remember, this is a daily level. This is a daily level. Are we building momentum outside? No. What are we doing? This bollocks again. All right, this is what we talked about this here. This is beautiful on the VIX. All right, this is beautiful on the VIX. This is beautiful on the VIX. We can fade the market when we see this. This, right? If we're doing that on the VIX, we're doing that in the market. So there's indication there that it's going to be tough. And it really, you can start from the very, very beginning, right? Start from the very, very beginning. We start on a daily every single day, right? Daily. What are we doing on the daily? Inside bar. All right. What do we expect on inside bar? Chop. What do we expect after an inside bar? Once we set this inside bar, come Monday, we're either going to be breakout here or breakout here. Or we're going to be fail breakout or fail breakout. All right. But we're building an inside bar. Remember, we haven't built an inside bar this week since Tuesday. So let's do the same thing. Let's think about the same thing. Monday, set the range. Tuesday, set the inside bar. Wednesday, set the expansion. Thursday, expansion. Friday, inside bar. Monday might be outside bar, right? So it always starts from here. This is giving you an indication. What is an inside bar? It's just a pullback. If we think about structure and how we move, if we're in an uptrend, This move here will be an inside bar. This right here will be an outside bar. That's your breakout. Boom, upside. All right, so we're starting to turn back into these key levels. The other thing I'm looking at the moment on the daily is we have some gap fills if we're going to come back for it. So this morning we filled this gap up here from 2 days ago. We're finding some failures in there at the 5 day. We've already filled this gap here. The next one to fill, filled that, filled that, filled that, filled that, filled that is all the way down here. All right. Now that might look like a lot. You might be like, Alex, it's not coming down there. Well, I tell you what. That's only 6%. And I think we're going to do 10 to 11% if we're really going to sell, which will be here. And guess what's there? Oh, we got another gap and the 200 day. All right. And an RBS. This is very possible over a 4-week period. All right. If we're going to go into a sell in October, that's possible. But they're going to need to trap lots of buyers first. Doesn't have to do it. It does not have to do it, but it's there and available if it wants. So I am aware of it. All right, will this market make up its mind? All right, now we're reclaiming. That's a full reclaim. Look at NVIDIA, VWAP. That's what I was talking about. It's the one thing that had me a bit concerned. All right, so now I would say you'd want to see this hold up as potential support. And if the market wants to start going green in unison, you're watching spiders into VWAP here, you're watching NVIDIA into VWAP here, you want to see it break out and sustain bids if we're really going to go for it. VIX back down to PDL again. Remember, every time it's come under PDL so far, it's been bid back up on a VIX. Just be aware of that. Just be aware of that. 30 minutes left. 30 minutes left. And if this just squeezes without a pullback again, not going to be able to do a thing. We're back to PDC. We're back to previous day point of control. If this squeezes without a pullback, we're not going to be able to do a thing. Oh my God, don't do it. Don't you dare. Oh, it's just how they put the blast off on. Wow. 40-point candle there. Nvidia's still not through it. It's trying. VIX is under PDL. I think we're going to squeeze here. I want to see a pullback and a hold of 600s. It's not going to give it, though. It is not going to give it. I can already tell it's going to be an absolute bugger and just rip a face off here. Ew. Yep. All right. So you're going to take out, if you're already in this, you're looking for 43s to be taken. GDP. Didn't we get a GDP read yesterday? Am I just making that up? Oh, revised. Oh, it's revised from last month, is it? Or last quarter? I didn't have that scheduled. That's my bad. Let me check. I've not even got it scheduled. Barking. Michigan, Bowman, Riggs. I'm not saying you're not right. I just can't see it. I just can't see it. Got you. Thanks, JD. I would have missed that. All right, 600 key here if they hold it or not. Spies stuck at VWAP. NQ the same kind of level, this supply up here. You'd want to see them firm up here in this sort of 600. If they can't do that, it will be a problem. We'll go back into that chop and slop underneath it again. Remember, every time we've come under this level today on VIX, it's found a bid. Still need some more likes here, folks. We've got to get 120 likes to do a giveaway. I'm happy to sit here a bit longer, but we've got to get to 120 likes to do a giveaway. Stuck here at previous day point of control. If they trade through here, you'd be watching for that move through 640 and then 654, the New York Open, and then previous day value area high. But really, for me, it's got to prove itself on a back test of 600-ish. Nvidia not getting through VWAP here. It's testing, it's pulling back. VIX trading back down towards lows. And they're trying to find a bid on the VIX like they have all day long. The range rotation can continue here, folks. I'll be somewhat cautious. Every push this morning has failed up here. Can they now hold this support level? So here's your test. Here's your test, now or never. Absorb to squeeze higher, or if they fail this, then into that chop zone and probably the lows. So they need to absorb this to move higher. It's at RBS level. There's buyers at 605. They're starting to try and step up here, 615s. They need to get back through VWAP here. They need Nvidia to find a bid. 620s here. Can we trade back through the VWAP and try and reclaim previous day point of control? Struggling here. It's struggling to find momentum through these levels at VWAP. And that's a bit of a warning sign. You want to see this accelerate. Buyer trying to show up here. 20s again. Here you go. Here he comes. Can they squeeze through that previous day point of control on PDC though? Lacking follow through today. Come on. We're holding bids well. Can we squeeze back through? Here you go. His previous day point of control test. You want to squeeze through this and 24-hour VWAP now. Got to go straight through it. You don't want hesitation here, folks. You need to squeeze straight through up to 37s and then through 37s. Otherwise, you're going to start getting stuck. Look at them all pulling. A lot of games going on here today. Look how thin that's got. No one turned up. Everyone was there and then they went, nope. It's twice today I've seen that. Nvidia failing VWAP. Be somewhat cautious here. I'm not bidding on this yet. I'm not liking what I'm seeing on the tape. It wants to go. It's just struggling. Who's the lagger here? Nvidia and Meta. Did we clear that high on ES? Yes. ES needs to trade to 81s. Looks better than the Qs though. You retest the point of control again. It's tempting. I'm just not seeing any buyers show up. It's tempting. Maybe one more little bearish flush down to 600 and I'd be more interested. One more flush that gets absorbed would get me a little bit more interested, I think. ES not breaking out there either. Getting stuck at high time frame algo. Nvidia looks terrible. Absolutely terrible. How long we got? 20 minutes. Yeah, I'm unconvinced here, folks. I'm unconvinced here. So we're coming back here for a second time. If they don't rebid this, it's probably night-night, and they probably trade the lows. There's the 600s. They don't rebid this, it's probably in big, big trouble. Ugh, ugly. What an ugly day. No follow-through day. I'd say Nvidia's going to make it almost impossible. They're trying these 600s. VIX turning back upside. So like I said, every time we've come under PDL on the VIX, it's found a bid. Again, no different. No different right now. Check this one, lower time frame. Failing those 600s. If they fail these 600s, this can get stuck and go lower day. If they back test 6 here and fail, this can get stuck and go low of day. They're stuck. These buyers are getting stuck. You can feel it. Here's the back test of 6. Sellers are up at 605 now. Man, what a mess. What an absolute mess for the last 10:30. Like, yeah, good hour. Good hour of messy, messy, messy action. Six key here. Under over, I'd say. 6 key. 6 to 608 key. Bulls want to reclaim that on this 2-leg pullback, and then they can squeeze. If they fail that, we're going to go lower day. ES into its RBS, trying to find a bid. All right, here we go. Do they take control? 1, 2. Do they hold this, reclaim 6, and go? That's the question now. I'm very unconvinced watching Nvidia that we're going to do it. Check Tesla, grinding, Microsoft near lower day, Meta hanging out lower day, Google lower day, Amazon fading VWAP, Apple fading VWAP. Ooh, it's not good out there. Not looking good out there, folks, on the mag. Six is failing. 10 now, key. 10 to 12. Can you please just make your mind up, market? We will trade momentum when you come in. Can you please make your mind up? $22s, is that wrong? Yeah, I knew that looked wrong. 22s. There we go. Still failing those 600 and 610s like we talked about. Like I said, keep failing that. We're going to trade lower day, I think. If we keep failing that, we will trade lower day. Mag looks somewhat heavy here, folks. Jesus Christ, what a battle. 80 to 10s is a battle, 30 points. Oh, TLT rolling over. What's the 10-year doing? All I care about is that 10-year. 10-year breaks 4.2. This game over, market. I've got an alert set there. Yesterday's high, it's a massive level. We break out over that, it's goodbye market. I don't know if it will happen instantly though, but it'll put the market in big trouble. Yeah, quite right. I see it, JD. We're just stuck in that range. The spiders look much stronger right now. They look much stronger. If we look at like the mag index, you can see the range we're chopping in. That's the mag. No acceptance. No availability to break out yet. This is resistance. You can see it from this morning. So we're pinned against that still on the mag. Choppy. That might be me done for the day, man. If it's not going to set up and give us one more play. I don't mind which way we play it. I'm just looking for some volume and momentum to come in for a clear directional bias, but I'm not getting it. And so I might just have to be happy with what we get. TLT still bouncing off that 88.45 pivot from August. Just had a look at it. Still holding it. We are in literally no man's land. We're in inside day, inside initial balance, at the bottom end of the opening range. We're just inside that opening range right now on M15 opening range. We're just not getting any directional bias here. Maybe they just burn premiums until the close here today on a Friday, you know. Lots of buys here, but we're not really stepping up aggressively. All the way down to 82s. Oh. Sorry. Having to manage like family portfolio here. Take care, features with Drew. Take care, take care. I think they're waiting for a few things. You've got like obviously headline news with is there going to be a government walkout? Last time we had that was 2011, and we got a 20% drop. So you've got a bit of that. You've got headline news of recessionary indicators needing more rate cuts. Data from yesterday was very strong, same as today, which indicates less rate cuts could be possible from the Fed, which is not what the market needs. Market needs more rate cuts. We're also due like a major pullback. I mean, we're very frothy, guys. We're very, very frothy at these heights. You got to remember the Mag 7, or especially Nvidia and the chip names, have done all the damage. If you take AI out of the equation, you probably lose about 70% of the run up in the market this year. So, you know, we're due a pullback. Nice, Coop. Nice. And see, it's down 1.2% today. Silence. Sorry, I've just been quiet. I've been replying to family members about what I'm buying and when, what stocks and stuff. So I've got some wish orders out there at the moment. I've shared some of those with ones that I think are good with guys in Discord. So anyone in Discord, have a look at the swing channel. There are some things I'm looking at the moment, giving you the levels of QQQ. You can do the same thing with the SPY for major pullbacks where I will start potentially bidding long term. These are not trades. These are like investments. All right. Okay, failing those 600s again. This is getting absolutely ridiculous at this point. And guess what? VIX finding a bid underneath PDL again. So we're just in this absolute chop fest of a zone here. No follow through downside, no follow through upside. There's not really a lot we can do with this. If we think about the fib for this session, did we bid a 50? Yeah, between 50 and 61 failed, 50, 50, 50. We go from here to here. 50% will be 80s. You think you're going to movement lunch? I'm not too convinced. Yeah, totally. Like I said, I've got alerts on that 10-year at 4.2. I've got an alert set at 4.2. We're not far away. I agree. If 10-year starts getting over that, it will be game over for this market. But you might not get an instant reaction. Sometimes it can take a little bit of time, especially when the correlation is like a bit dodgy. But I do agree with you, Rod. Inflationary pressure. 10-year starts moving up, even though we're cutting. Major red flags. Major red flags. Where? That 4.2 on a daily on the 10-year. Yeah, get it up here. Is this my 10-year? Yeah. Into an hourly. All right, you can see I've got an alert up there set because on a daily, it's such a big under-over level. You can see we're bidding off this old level I've had in for ages. I think if we start reclaiming 420s and do this move, this market, and the market will have to go risk off. And historically, when we do this, we get a bit more of a rotation into defense stocks and healthcare, and we go risk off things like AI and stuff like that, which are very frothy, which means QQQ, funnily enough, can afford a big pullback. Who'd have guessed it, given that we've done this move in 6 months? I mean, that is absolute bonkers. 200-point move. We can afford a pullback. We can definitely afford a pullback. I think the walkout on government will matter as well. I don't know if they're any closer to solving that. But when that happened, I think it was 2011. Was it yeah, I think it's 2011. There was a Gov walkout, and we dropped 20% as soon as that happened. Whole market just puked. Now, do I think it would be as bad as that? No, but I think 11% is very, very probable at some point soon. Normally we get that move August, September. We haven't had it, so I'm expecting that 11% pullback in October. I'm expecting some of these tech names to pull back maybe 20 plus percent because they've driven up so high. I'm going to use the bathroom again here. Maybe it will move if I use the bathroom. Oh, look at that. It's started to move. It started to move as soon as I leave. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, so funny. It's literally timed perfect today, isn't it? Every time I've left, started to move. Hilarious. What's everyone doing this weekend then? Ryder Cup? Ryder Cup weekend? Be watching that a little bit. That's it for us today, folks. Oh, missed opportunities today. Missed opportunities. Luckily, made all my money pre-market, really. I was long here, long here, long here, and I was selling on pops and all out here. And then didn't take any of this. And then we were long here. Missed this whole move because I was waiting for some pullback to give me structure back down. Never came. So I took breakout short here down into previous levels, and then nothing in all of this. I was away from the compute for this. So that's it. Do we keep moving lower? Very, very possibly. It looks like it at the moment, doesn't it? It looks like it at the moment. But we've defended these levels all day so far down here. But that'll be it. Any questions before I go, team? I'll look at the tape. Is there anyone hanging out very low? Yes. No worries. Oh my gosh, sorry, team. I look at VIX, finding bids under previous day lows. Hilarious. All day long. Same kind of moves. Yeah, you guys have a great weekend. I will be back Monday next week. I can't remember if it's next week or the week after. My wife is away for a few days, so do need to be cautious. Some of the days I'll be out a little bit early, or I'll be late to stream, one or the other. Yeah. All right. Just be careful. End of day. We're just chopping around. You've got options today. So Friday, don't go giving your week back. We've had a solid enough morning, made some nice money. Go and relax. Go and relax. Let everyone else get chopped up in here and fight over this. This is very much like yesterday. Don't get caught in this. Do not get caught in this and give your week back or your day back. All right. Peace and love, everyone. Sorry, so tired. I'm going to get some rest, and I'll be back next week. No educational video this weekend, I don't think, unless I can think of something. I'll try and get something done for next week. All right. Peace out.